Welcome back, my fellow nightmare enthusiasts. Tonight we venture into the shadowy corners of the world, to places untouched by the comforting glow of civilization. Places where the silence is broken only by the whispers of the wind and the rustling of unknown creatures. Tonight we journey to the island of forgotten souls, a place where the veil between our world and the next is thin, and the echoes of the past still linger. Prepare to be chilled to your core. Picture this, a desolate island shrouded in mist, rising from the sea like a phantom. The once vibrant shores now littered with the skeletal remains of ships, victims of an unseen force. The air hangs heavy, thick with the weight of untold stories of lives claimed by the island's eerie silence. Locals whisper tales of a malevolent presence, a darkness that permeates the very soil, driving away all who dare to stay too long. They say the island was once a haven, a paradise untouched by time. But that was before the incident, before the darkness seeped in, twisting everything it touched. Now the only inhabitants are the ghosts of the island's past, their mournful cries carried on the wind. Fishermen, their faces etched with fear and superstition, speak of strange lights emanating from the island's heart, of disembodied voices that seem to seep from the very trees themselves. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures lurking at the edges of their vision, gone as quickly as they appeared. Expeditions have been mounted, brave souls venturing into the unknown, seeking answers to the island's mysteries. But few return, and those that do bear the mark of the island on their souls, their eyes haunted by what they've witnessed. Their tales, fragmented and whispered, only deepen the mystery. They speak of a silence so profound, it's deafening. A silence that seems to press in on you, suffocating, stealing your breath. A silence broken only by the pounding of your own heart. A frantic rhythm against the backdrop of the island's eerie stillness. They say the island itself is alive, that it feeds on the fear of those who dare to set foot on its shores. And the longer you stay, the more the island sinks its claws into you, until you become another one of its forgotten souls. Imagine yourself standing on that desolate shore, the wind whipping through your hair, carrying with it the scent of salt and decay. The sand beneath your feet is cold, damp, as if the island itself is sweating with fear. You look out over the choppy waves, the sun a pale disk struggling to pierce through the perpetual mist, and you realize with a growing sense of dread that you are utterly alone. The silence presses in on you, broken only by the crashing of the waves against the shore, each wave a death knell. You can feel the island watching you, weighing your worth, deciding your fate. Will you be one of the lucky few who escape its clutches? Or will you succumb to the darkness, your soul forever bound to this island of forgotten souls? Our next destination lies shrouded in an even deeper fog of mystery and dread. This island, a jagged tooth piercing the sky, is known only as the Island of Disappearances. Here, the very air hums with a strange energy, a palpable sense of wrongness that chills you to the bone. The island's history is a tapestry woven with threads of tragedy and unexplained vanishings. Ships lured off course by treacherous currents, or perhaps something more sinister, have been known to disappear without a trace in these waters. Their wreckage, never found, leaving behind only unanswered questions and whispers of the island's hunger. But it's not just ships that vanish. People drawn to the island's desolate beauty, or perhaps compelled by some unseen force, often find themselves trapped, their fates intertwined with the island's dark secret. They venture into the island's dense forests, swallowed whole by the oppressive greenery, their cries for help swallowed by the wind. Some say the island is cursed, a place where reality itself bends and distorts. They speak of compasses spinning wildly, unable to find true north, of time seeming to lose all meaning, Days blur into nights, the sun a hazy orb unable to penetrate the thick canopy of trees. There are stories whispered around crackling fires of those who have ventured onto the island and returned forever changed. Their eyes, once filled with life, now hold a distant, haunted look. They speak of being watched, followed by unseen entities, their footsteps dogged by an oppressive sense of dread. One tale, more chilling than most, tells of a group of friends who dared to camp on the island's shores. They were young, filled with the arrogance of youth, convinced that the stories were nothing more than folklore. They were wrong. One by one, they vanished into the night, their laughter replaced by terrified screams that echoed through the darkness. The lone survivor, driven mad by his ordeal, could only babble about shadowy figures and whispers that seemed to emanate from the very air itself. The island of disappearances holds its secrets close, guarded by an unseen force that seems to revel in the fear it evokes. It is a place where logic and reason cease to exist, where the line between reality and nightmare blurs into oblivion. Would you dare to set foot on its shores, knowing that you might never leave? Would you risk your sanity, your very soul, to unravel the mysteries of the island of disappearances? Chapter 3, The Haunted Quarantine Station. Our final destination tonight takes us to a place where death once reigned, where the air is thick with sorrow and suffering. This island, once a sanctuary for the sick and dying, is now a chilling reminder of life's fragility. This is the Haunted Quarantine Station. The buildings stand as stark silhouettes, their windows like vacant eyes staring out at the sea. The paint peels from the walls, revealing the ravages of time and neglect, each crack whispering tales of the island's tragic past. Ships carrying the sick and dying were quarantined here. Families torn apart by disease were forced to say their final goodbyes, their voices echoing through the empty corridors. The silence broken only by the mournful cries of gulls circling overhead, as if searching for the souls lost within these walls. The stench of disinfectant lingers, a haunting reminder of the battle fought against the invisible enemy. As darkness descends, casting long shadows across the overgrown grounds, the island truly comes alive. The spirits of those who perished within these walls roam the corridors, their mournful cries echoing through the night. Visitors speak of seeing ghostly figures peering from windows, their faces etched with the pain of a life cut short. Footsteps echo through the empty halls, disembodied voices whisper from the shadows, and the chilling laughter of children sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened skeptic. One room, known as the Ward of Sorrows, is said to be the most haunted of all. It was here that the sickest patients were kept, their coughs and moans a constant symphony of despair. Even now, decades after the last patient drew their final breath, the air in the ward remains heavy with their suffering. People claim to feel an overwhelming sense of dread upon entering the room, their bodies racked with chills, their minds bombarded with images of the ward's tragic past. Some even claim to have been touched, their skin brushed by icy fingers, a chilling reminder that they are not alone. The Haunted Quarantine Station stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, but also as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within even the most hopeful of places. It is a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin, where the past refuses to be forgotten. Would you dare to spend a night within these haunted walls, surrounded by the spirits of the forgotten? Thank you for joining me on this chilling exploration of the island of forgotten souls. Remember, these are just a few of the countless tales whispered around campfires and shared in hushed tones. The world is full of dark corners and forgotten places, each with its own chilling story to tell. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the unknown. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a descent into darkness. Until next time, my fellow nightmare enthusiasts, sleep tight and keep your lights on. You never know what might be lurking just beyond the veil of darkness.